G'day, everybody. We are back for the second series of tonight after a bit of a banger of a first series. Let's get cracking straight into this one. We do have Adonis taking on EVOS. As always, I am every day. With me is Yulwei. How are we feeling about this series tonight? It's this second series, I should say. Definitely a very interesting one.
Yeah, EVOS and Adonis, both they are very new. Adonis, quite literally, the newest team in the league, right? So We've only seen them play twice. So it's always interesting to see where their path will take them. They surprised us with the victory against Cerberus, and then sadly we're not able to win the second series they played. So let's see where they land after 3 series. And EVOS, on the other hand, very strong first showing, then got smashed yesterday by GAM. So
yeah, again, I think at the moment our read is everyone's going to get smashed by GAM. Yeah. So I don't know how much there is to read into that loss. There are a few things we can take from it. There were a few mistakes that were definitely more down to errors from EVOS rather than just sick play by GAM. But yeah, overall, how are we feeling about this? Because I think it's so far EVOS slipping in our expectations and Adonis kind of rapidly rising. They both look pretty good.
Yeah, it's very hard to get a read this early on, right? Adonis played against Cerberus against the Loki. Yeah, wow. Right. They just lost against Loki, so who really knows how strong the teams are, right? We have not seen enough showcases to really get a sound judgment. My feeling is that EVOS will be a little bit stronger. I think their laners and their experience will probably carry them, but it might be another very close series.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
My prediction was 2-1 EVOS. I'm not sure where you were leaning.
I would have to check. I think I predicted for EVOS. Actually, no, I think I took a risk and went for Adonis.
Yeah, that's an interesting call. I thought yesterday I took the risk with sadly.
Yeah, you got a little bit punished.
I'm struggling in predictions right now.
Don't worry, we both are.
I'm 1 point ahead of Winnie, and Winnie started this week. So
it's all right. We're both inting predictions pretty hard at the moment, but I'm sure we'll recover. I just have to flick screen just a little bit to do a little production thing. As of course we are into Champion Select here.
That we are.
Yep, that we are. So we will quickly fix up one or two things.
Starting for Adonis again. So it's not Django. They want to start with Chip almost all the time. Django more of the carry top laner, and Chip more of the sword type team focused top laner. Sword when he was good, so when Griffin went 18-0 and stuff, that was still with Sword, not the world Sword. That was not the greatest showing.
Yeah, entered on the Rift and outside of it. Not a good situation, but the bans are coming in thick and fast, as they often do. Elise and Irelia being removed. The Irelia ban makes sense against EVOS. Parquet has really liked that pick. So don't blame.
Aren't you hyped for the support matchup? B up against B, the dream for every play cast.
I just noticed that. It's B versus B-Ob. Oh my word. Oh no. No. Why are you doing this to me, VCS? But Aphelios and Akali being removed. Bit of tier list here. EVOS removing Evolution as well.
Sees a lot of bans today on the right side. That's interesting. A little interesting shift in priority. We've seen a few Aphelios games early on. And it's actually super interesting because Aphelios got nerfed on 10-2, right? But we didn't actually see too much Aphelios on 10-1 in VCS, so it seems like the teams needed a little bit more time to experiment with this champ, and now finally they realized how strong he is, and on the patch where he is a little bit weaker, he gets the permaban.
Yep, and it is Y1's Lee Sin being removed as well. That's been a very common ban against Adonis.
Set is open.
Yes, he is.
Oh, again, so
Syndra is also open. I think that's a better first pick. Syndra much better in blind. Could be answered by the set, of course. Still a bit of a blind pick. Not the biggest fan of it. But hey, he is very strong on the patch for Hero, or TH as he goes by now. Hero's a much better name though. See if they will lock this in. They're thinking about it, which I think is very valid. And there's the lock. What else will they snatch up? Will they try and pick away an ADC?
Yep.
Or are they gonna pick DivKid Xayah again?
And they could go for Gragas as well. Gragas is open, one of the highest priority gems. So I'd like to see. Son has really very good games on the Jarvan. So I don't hate this pick either. Jarvan, a good choice.
Yeah, I completely agree. I like that pick a lot. Sorn's looked very, very good on it. Potentially giving away the Gragas is a bit of a feels bad, and there it is.
There we
Still
go.
In the end. Oh, Gragawo. We do know that PHT's got a pretty sick Yasuo. He played it in the promotion tournament, looked very clean, was banned against him several times. So, see if we're going to get any highlight plays in the mid lane.
Gragas is not too common anymore, but it's very cool to see. And now Parky needs to find a champ he's comfortable on. Usually you go towards the right or something. Oh, Orianna.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Orianna kind of fits the same bill. I think Rice is a little bit more safe. He can, a little bit safer. He can use his passive for an extra movement speed boost. I guess Orianna can use the W for more movement speed as well, but
yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. Orianna is weird into Yasuo because the ball interacts with the wall in a very strange way. You kind of get stopped, but you still have the ball. It obviously doesn't go away. Yeah. So you can still control around the wind wall, but you can not really get past it. So it's a strange matchup to play for either side.
Yeah. Also, can sort of reject a little bit of the synergy. Once Yasuo lands from the ult, he can just be instantly ulted out by Set. Carried straight back into his team. Not bad. Second round of bans, though. Ornn being removed by EVS really makes a lot of sense. Don't want that double setup for Yasuo.
I'd really like to see a Senna ban from Adonis here. Force EVOS on MF, the last tier list ADC, and then counter with Braum. That would be a cool drafting strategy. If they don't go for an ADC ban here, EVOS actually comes out on ahead in the drafting because they can choose their ADC in the next rotation.
But they're going to pick Xayah. That's the problem.
They I mean, DivKid.
They're just going to pick DivKid Xayah.
One pentakill to his name already on the Xayah.
It's definitely not tier list though.
Why
would you ban the Braum?
Okay.
Maybe they're reading an MF. Maybe they want to pick MF. And they read that DivKid will pick Xayah.
Why wouldn't EVOS?
Because they read that DivKid wants Xayah.
That has to be true. That has to be true. Yes, that has to. But I still.
Yep.
There we go.
And there it is.
Oh man. VCS drafts are
EVOS. You know, patches have happened since Worlds. By
the way, this Syndra is probably a bot lane Syndra, actually.
Yeah, actually, we didn't comment on that.
But yeah.
Probably a bot lane Syndra. We've been thinking about AD carry choices, but it's probably not going to be one. Now they pick away the Rakan potentially. Interesting for Biob. This is quite the draft.
What is going on?
If this Vel'Koz gets locked in, I am absolutely. It could be Yasuo bot.
No. Soraka time.
Yeah. I mean, you could run set mid Soraka top here. Not. You could run set mid Soraka top here for EVOS.
No, they have Orianna already.
True. They need a support. Could still play Soraka, but looks like it will be the Nautilus is the current hover. This is some interesting drafting here, to say the least.
That bot lane matchup is super interesting. Syndra, Rakan into Xayah North. Sounds hard to play for Adonis, honestly. Sounds like a rough matchup. So Mordecai the set, your two favorite top lane champs, both very vulnerable to Soraka, so I love the top lane as well.
I've said this a few times. This is definitely a skill matchup that's very slightly Mordekaiser favored.
So Chip can make his name here on this matchup. But TH is a hero, as he was known before. He's not a bad top laner, especially in laning phase. I like his lane. So
I do too.
If Chip is able to win this one, good first showing. Or good. It's not his first showing, but a good start in the season.
Good series start, for sure. As we should be getting into game very soon. The fan vote, absolutely brutal here. Adonis still not picking up much of a fandom, apparently. As very, very EVOS favoured. I don't actually think that's particularly fair based on performance. That's much more just EVOS having fans.
This is not an 83% EVOS game. Nowhere close to that.
Yeah, I think EVOS probably favoured, especially when you look at the draft. This is a weird one for Adonis. I feel like they sort of started off by going, hey, Syndra's a great first pick, and then they were like, oh, PhD can play as Yasuo. Or, oh, wait a minute, we just picked Syndra and Yasuo. Oh.
But, I mean, looking at the comp, it's still a great mid-game team fighting composition. A lot of explosive backline access with Gragas Yasuo, followed up by Syndra, Scatter the Weak. Rakan can engage secondary or primary even, can go for the Yasuo knockup as well from the Rakan if you don't get the Gragas to throw a good ultimate there. And Mordekaiser can remove whoever is annoying. So maybe Orianna, maybe Zarya. So I like this team composition. Looking at I don't quite agree with the Rakan pick away from the Zarya. I don't think it's that necessary. So I think the bot lane is a little bit weird here for VGA. They need to kind of somehow survive the bot lane, which I think is pretty hard into Div Kit and B.
That is
with
very
double
difficult.
combat summoners as well.
We're gonna have to see Y1 hovering down there just to cover them.
So for the side of EVOS, in terms of what they want to do later on, team commitment, 2 frontliners, a lot of engage, 2 very strong backline champs with a lot of teamfight control as well. So yeah, EVOS with a super standard draft, if they play out their lanes evenly, they will be in a good spot. 25 minutes plus, I think. Prior to 25 minutes, there's too much explosive burst potential for VGA. So EVOS should play a little bit more defensively, try to not lose too much, and then scale. And past 25 minutes, I heavily favor the EVOS' team composition.
So I agree with you that past 25 minutes, EVOS definitely has the advantage. But one thing to take note of is there's still just so much wombo potential. Oh, good early trade there from PHT. Sort of leading into what I was saying, is that there is always the possibility that you just get a huge Yasuo ult, and then you just instant win team fight. So it's going to be very difficult for EVOS to ever really rest on their laurels. Do have an engage here in the bot lane. Probably not going to end up being much. B taking a little bit of damage. Didn't proc his aftershock quite on time.
Yeah. We talked about B yesterday a lot when EVOS faced off against GUM, and B and Divkit together, to be fair, one of the strongest bot lanes in week 1. Everyone got smashed yesterday, so it's hard to say how much of that still holds true, but I'm impressed with B. I was already impressed with B last year when he was paired up with Police.
Yep.
So this bot lane should be the backbone of EVOS, and the solo laners, especially Hero, more explosive solo lane than maybe the last.
Up in the top lane, Hero in a lot of trouble. I don't think that flash was particularly smart there. Probably should have flashed backwards. You're not going to get the 1v1 here. The cooldown is a little bit too long on the Haymaker. Questionable decision making, Hero. Could have gotten out
Everything
there, I
was
think.
ugly about that one.
Yeah, I feel like he could have gotten out pretty easily.
I also feel like Chip could have gotten
the kill. He's just instantly
what is going on?
Teleported back in. Might be Hashin shitting it a little bit, but does get Chip... does get the kill on Chip. PHT in some trouble here in the mid lane. Does try and dash away. Sorn, though, will get him with the polearm. And it's 1-1. So effectively, nothing happened.
Good first gank for Sorn. Nice. Nice to see.
A lot of summoners burnt, though. Parquet and Sorn flashed. So, quite vulnerable. Div
Full topside for EVOS does not have flashes. Same goes for VGA. So we might see very big punishment.
And Sorn is coming in top. Mordekaiser does manage to dodge that, but the face breaker comes in. Hero walking it forward. They're just going to do as much damage as they can, and then down he goes. I would have thought they'd give it to the set, but oh well. Doesn't matter.
Not sure if they could have given it to the set there.
His Haymaker was coming up, and Mordekaiser didn't have a way to get out. But it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Jarvan likes kills as well. And Set will be just fine with an assist and some lane priority.
I'm a little bit scared for Sorn now. I hope he doesn't go for aggro Jarvan build just because he got 2 kills.
No,
Not the biggest fan of that one.
No, neither am I. Parquet in a little bit of trouble here, but he's got a lot
B's
of help. B's here. Could throw out a hook, and he gets... Ooh, wind wall. Manages to stop that hook. Does that make sense? Wind would stop an anchor. Let's see the replay here. We didn't catch much of this the first time. So it was just PHT
happening here.
Yeah, PHT just got on top of him, did as much as he could, but might have enough.
Okay, wow. He was close to solo killing Parker there. Okay.
Yeah, and then he's a little bit. He got a little bit greedy there. He was so far pushed. I feel like he could have walked away, not been killed there. But and in the meantime, Chip's dead.
And 3-0 Son. This J4 pick, it was high priority, and we've seen him before carry games. So Son once again off to a great start here on this J4.
Yeah, absolutely. This pick, I mean, we kind of talk about Son specials being like Graves, Nidalee, sort of that kind of pick. Really weird stuff, but so far this split, the Son special appears to be the king of Demacia. Because he's looked absolutely sick on it. B, I don't know if you wanted that hook to really hit there. Kind of spider-norted himself into a lot of trouble. Y1 very, very low. DivKid trying to do as much as he can. And there with the Blade Caller, we'll pick that up. B-Ob does go down. B, still alive. PHT trying to find absolutely anything, but he's not level 6. There's no chance for an ult, and that's a double kill for DivKid.
And B is still half HP.
Yep, Aftershock. It's pretty good. And sorry, I think I can hear something. Sorry, something's just broken. Oh, just give it. Sorry, no, that was the game breaking open, as EVOS now is miles ahead. And apparently this was the kill we missed. Yeah, nothing really happened. He just died.
Just a very straightforward kill. So I really want to take another look at this replay around Dragon Pit. Interesting engagement there for B. Definitely looked like he overextended a little bit there, but then EVOS arrived with the cavalry and turned the fight around. 7-1 in kills, 3k gold lead at 6 minutes.
Yep.
It seems like EVOS learned something from yesterday.
Definitely does appear that way, which is good to see. Definitely something we're very happy about. I mean, look at this. Sorn is the same level as PHT.
That's
in Season 10 jungle, the jungler is the same level as a solo laner. Not often. He's actually out-leveled Chip, but Chip has been having a very bad time. Oh, Hero coming in just to interrupt Y1.
VCS than Chip.
Can just potentially just kill him here. Ooh, might be in a little bit of trouble. Has the Conqueror proc, uses the Haymaker. Can he get the last punch? No, he cannot. And there's a smite to get the heal. Oh no, Hero in some trouble. Is going to get the shield. There's the Shockwave. Haymaker should be coming back up. So they will leave him. In the end, a none for none.
Yeah, a little bit over-aggressive there. Too much of the wrestling going straight to his head.
I mean, it's hard not to over-aggro on set. Oh, but here comes Sorn. He puts the Rage Cage down. Actually doesn't end up getting the kill. Y1, lucky boy.
Sorn is still a level ahead of Chip.
Yeah, this is going to be difficult to recover from. 3 kills on DivKid as well, which we haven't even really talked about because it hasn't been the relevant side of it. Is there like a filter on the map for you? Look a little grey.
Filter on the map?
Yeah, like it looks like the colours are like washed out. I'm actually not joking. The colour, that was weird. Just for a little bit there.
I thought you were talking about PHT.
No. I was actually completely serious. It looked a little bit weird for a second, but it's
I don't know. Now that I look at it, might actually be a little bit weird.
Yeah, it's like a little bit weird, hey? Doesn't matter in the end. At least we've got a decent frame rate. But yeah, this is a bad situation already from VGA. Not sure how I feel about DivKid picking up a cull, but I guess it's not the worst when he's also got a BF sword.
Oh god, the cull virus. The cull virus is way worse than Corona.
Edgy. Edgy. Certain other caster got in a bit of trouble for that kind of joke today, but okay. No one cares about this stream after all, so we can say whatever we want.
Apologies.
But yeah, it is another shove in here. Fairly even in the bot lane if you don't count the 3 kills. I don't think they can really kill Biob and Vit at this point. Not without jungler assistance. I don't think there's too much 2v2 threat.
Yeah, game has slowed down a little bit. We are still at only 4k gold lead, so nice. Nice for VGA to stabilize a little bit. Oh, that's if you're really a glass half full guy, you want to look at it like this. It's the glass is sadly not half full. It's almost empty.
It's been knocked over.
Yeah.
There is a little bit of spilt water. But Shelly being picked up here for EVOS could potentially be the next step in growing this already 3.5k gold lead at just about 10 minutes, I should say. It's a bad situation all over the map. Mordekaiser are going straight into a Seeker's arm guard. He realizes how far behind
Also,
he is.
your favorite Mordekaiser build coming up?
I mean, I think the attack speed is actually okay if he anticipates side laning against Set all day. I think it does make him better in the 1v1. I don't like the Seekers. I mean, I think he had to go the Seekers, but...
Yeah, to go Seekers here.
You definitely don't like to go Seekers. In the end, Chip not making any build mistakes, potentially making some play mistakes, though, that has him so far behind against Hero.
I have to say I'm quite surprised EVOS didn't try to as I said, look at Zorn.
Yeah.
He's setting up the dive in the bot lane, so it's finally here.
Should be pretty easy as well.
Also, yeah.
Yep,
there's
the
no big
charge.
tank, no aftershock either.
They're calling the TP just to make sure. Rage Cage, B needs to get away. B is actually going to go down here, but they should be able to hunt down. Oh no, never mind. Oh no, there he goes. And the slam down, bang, Chip taking so much damage and shield completely broken, but here comes the turn for VGA. Y1 doing so much. PHT is here as well, getting a kill. It's actually a 3-for-2 in the favor of VGA. Hero has to find a way out, as does Thorn, but it's just going to be them peeling off to get the dragon. And well done, VGA.
The perfect Drago comeback. Nicely done.
That's how the combo
and they get
works.
Another dragon. So the plan here for EVOS was to get 2 quick kills into first turret with Shelly. Sadly, they overextended a little bit there. B shouldn't take the aggro, in my opinion. In my opinion, if you have Desire, just let her take the first shot and then ult. Divka didn't even use his ult there. Utilize the ult aggressively. You don't always have to use Isaiah ult defensively. Just take 2 turret shots. The second one you can dodge, so you already bought a lot of time for your team. Look at this again. B starts with a death charge, so he gets the aggro. Very quick kill, but then another opportunity to ult for Divkid. So actually a lot of missed opportunities for Divkid to do something here. There was a flash as well for him. So Divkid messing up this dive.
Oh my god. That's why you pick Gragas Yasuo.
Filthy. Yeah.
Why you pick Gragas Yasuo.
This Yasuo doesn't even have items yet. So. Oof.
That was absolutely filthy. Thank God we're not living in a world where we still have the 50% crit cloak. The 25% crit on crit cloak, because he would be at 100% crit already. Terrifying. Yeah. But still a very good situation here for EVOS. Y1 picking up several kills, so he should be able to prevent the bullying that was going on. Parquet just using Shockwave to keep PHT back. Good utilization. Oh, and we're in the Death Realm in the top lane. Hero, you can't just run, man. You need to fight him. He doesn't have his Conqueror going. This is a mistake. He was... he's gone the Tiamat first, which I really like, but he just needed to fight him. You would have procced Conqueror so quickly. Parquet eating the Yasuo, but he's okay. And yep, there goes Hero in the top lane. Y1 did come up.
Not a surprise. Yeah.
That's not how you play set 1v1s. Like, he had to be... I understand he wanted to get away, which is fine, but you need to run towards your tower and then just stand there and fight him for a bit. Proc your Conqueror, because he procs Conqueror in one set of autos because of Tiamat. You get your normal one, Tiamat, then your Q. That's Conqueror. Instantly. You can stand and fight. Parquet in a lot of trouble, though. The wind tornado will come out. They're not even going to bother using the ult because it wasn't up. And it is a free kill in the mid lane. VGA fighting back well in this game, but they will lose first tower.
Good call. They saw many people for EVOS commit to the bot lane, and they immediately called their bot lane to the mid lane to make a play on mid lane. So it's very nice to see, not the defeatist mentality where you just stand there and look at the turret go down. You don't get anything in return.
Yep.
Instead, they went to mid lane, got a kill, and got a little bit of damage on the plates. I'm not sure if they actually. Okay, yeah, that's perfectly normal, but that looked weird.
It did look very weird. If I may self-indulge just a little bit and talk about Set
Go ahead.
for just a moment longer. This build, I mean, I've actually talked about how I really like this build, but I'm a changed man. I actually don't like this build anymore. I don't think Tiamat's necessary. And there were some stats that I was enlightened by. This is actually, oh god, no, he's not even going Triforce. Okay.
No, he's
okay. That I think
going Titanic.
This is even worse. Don't go Titanic first. Go Tiamat into Triforce. But there's 3 major set builds. Triforce first, which is the best one, win rate wise. It has the highest win rate. Then there's Black Cleaver first, which has the second highest win rate. And then there's Tiamat into Triforce, which actually has the lowest win rate. I don't like this build at all. I think you just go straight up Triforce. I kind of understand the Tiamat in this matchup because the extra damage actually kind of does matter. But yeah, going straight Titanic, that's int. That's not good.
Okay. Well, Hero so far hasn't really displayed the best of understanding of his champ, I have to say. I'm not too happy with the set performance. You are probably not either.
Oh, there's a word that starts with M to describe me. It's often used to describe LS. Absolutely molding. There could potentially be a fight around Shelly here, but Sorn gets over the wall, aborts. So far, we just need EVOS to sort of right the ship here. Adonis has been mounting a very strong comeback. Still 3k gold behind. Not good, but they didn't roll over and die, and for that, I'm quite proud of them.
Do you know what might happen in this game? The wet dream of all the on players.
Lots of things might happen this game, but do tell.
The 4 Mountain Drake.
Wow, that could happen. That's good for Set as well, because you do go some defensive items after your first 2.
It's actually not bad for EVO's composition.
Yeah, overall.
They have a lot of great champs who profit from a lot of extra armor and MR. So
that they do is Chip going in here just as they go to have a sip of coffee. Thorn is getting soloed out. Really good flag and drag there in the Death Realm to get away though, and no one goes down in the end.
Yep. But priority for VGA, and they'll definitely get this third.
Oh, there's the Gragas barrel. Oh my god!
That is...
Hero's smart play there, just cleared the minions out to potentially save the tower, but he missed 1 or 2, and he'll be able to skate away upriver. This is why you pick Gragawo. They've practiced this. They're looking sick.
Absolutely. And if you look at the gold, VGA is still behind in gold, actually quite significantly after horribly bad early game. But those plays look crisp. VGA is looking good.
Yeah. They
had 3 dragons already.
Yeah, they had a disastrous early game, but they've absolutely stabilized. And for the last 7 or 8 minutes, they've looked like the dominant team here. So they just need to overcome the last little bit of the lead and have a look at the gold lead in the mid lane. 1,000 gold extra in the pocket of PHT over Parquet. Not a good situation at all, but in the bot lane.
Yeah.
2,000
exactly.
gold.
You also have to look at the ADCs. They've got 2k gold ahead, which, I mean, the other champ is not an ADC, so it's actually not as bad to fall behind, because if you go crit ADC against crit ADC, and one crit ADC just as an item advantage, you'll never catch up to him, right? But this is a very strong mid-game champ, a very strong mid-game burst build as well for Vid, so it's actually not too bad for VGA right now. Later on in the game might be a little bit of a problem here, Syndra compared to very, very, very strong Xayah.
Yeah, as you said, late game certainly an issue, but with 1.5 items each, because Xayah, I don't know about diverting for this Hex Drinker. I don't think that's good on Xayah. Surely you just ult the ult.
I also think the magic damage is the primary problem, right?
Yeah.
So There is an argument for the Hex Drinker, especially against a very, very fat Gragas in the enemy team, because Gragas has a surprising amount, especially in the mid game. His base damage is amplified by a lot of early AP and penetration. So it's mostly actually the Hex Drinker against the Gragas burst to prevent the insta-kill for Gragas Yasuo. I think that's the call here.
Fair enough.
Still the latest item, though.
There is three sources of AP damage. We might get a little bit of a fight here. Thorn just wants to make sure Shelly resets. And VGA back off. They don't need to fight here. I like this. They'll wait until they can go for their big combo. They might end up giving up Shirley. I'm not 100% sure I agree with that, but here's the TP. Oh, this is actually a super isolated TP. If we could get a look at it, Chip is coming in, could just get the Death Realm on to Hero, and he does. And based on play so far, Chip absolutely shreds this. It's not close at all. I really like this attack speed build. Made that super, super easy for Mordekaiser. I'm dead serious. That looked really good. But in trade, it's going to be the mid-inner being traded for top-inner. I actually think in this matchup, Mordekaiser, if he builds attack speed, it's not a skill matchup anymore. I think he just straight wins, based on what I'm seeing here.
It's interesting, yeah. I mean, Hero also is not playing a good set.
No, he's not. But
wow, how did that not hit?
I'm not sure. That was insane. I agree, he's not playing a very good set, but just based purely on that one Death Realm, where, I mean, they're not that far apart in items. The Seeker's Armguard did not make the difference there.
Do you think Trinity Force would make this matchup look different?
It would make it much closer, but I actually still think Mordekaiser would win. I think Mordekaiser building attack speed beats set. Pretty confident. I'm pretty confident. I'll have to try it out.
Already, right? So,
yeah, I'd have to go try it out.
The infamous damage check on the Baron just secured, so...
Yep.
Song actually has to be careful. Almost no mana, which is something we almost never talk with
Jarvan, yeah.
junglers, right? it's always, the mid laner has no mana, but Jarvan without the mana is not great either. He can't do a whole lot. Actually, I'm absolutely not aware of this mana costs on ult or EQ.
Yeah, I'm not either. It's not very high. No idea. It's not very high. I haven't played Jarvan in a very long time. I don't jungle very much.
And look at the item completions on VGA. I'd say VGA, even though they're still behind in gold, they're actually in the driver's seat. Look at this PHT build. He's fully online now, 100% crit, IE build up. We have Y1 with a very strong item build as well. As we talked about earlier, the chip is absolutely dominating the 1v1. So,
yep, and I think that's not
likely. Very dangerous time for EVOS.
Yeah,
now around the next dragon as well, right? 30 seconds to soul point for VGA.
Yeah, I'd really like to see VGA commit to a 1-4. I'd actually he doesn't have a teleport, so it makes sense to have Chip in the bot lane so he can come to the dragon fight. But as time goes on, everything could change with this pick. Not what I was going to say, but it could still be true. Vit in so much trouble, does go down, but it's going to be traded back. No, it's not. On to Thorn.
Thorn is so tanky.
Sticking in the stopwatch, and he gets out here somehow. This is absolutely everything going right for EVOS. Chip does get into the Death Realm with Parquet. There's Hero picking up a kill as well, but it's all gone a little bit wrong for VGA. It looked so good, and now it looked so bad.
And it's even better for EVOS because it's a 4-for-1, but it's even better than a 4-for-1 because the one player who survived is someone who can't solo the Drake. So they can just go straight Baron into Dragon if they want to, because the Rakan can never solo the Dragon. Usually if the ADC survives, or even the Mage most of the time, you kind of have to go Drake first, and then Baron becomes very dangerous with the timing. But this way, EVOS just goes straight into Baron. They need to do something about the Dragon. It might actually be a little bit late to go for the soul, or to prevent the soul, I should say. So interesting how the next few seconds will play out. But it looks like the jungler is too far away to go straight up into Dragon. Still, vision control now secured for VGA.
Yeah, we could get a run back of the team fight here. I don't think Dragon will go down that fast. I don't really like stopping for Gromp here, boys. Let's go. Need to get some vision control in. PHT should be able to secure the Scuttle Crab. The EQ is used. Thorn getting vision back for his team. Has the Gargoyles as well. We were worried about him going a damage build. He's 508, has the Gargoyles and the Cinderhulk.
super tanky. Also, DivKit just finished his IE, so super important item power spike for you.
Yep, but
They
VGA
need
in
to
the
fight
pit.
this dragon.
Yeah, this
But
absolutely
don't go
has to be fought.
50-50. Just go for the fight, please.
Yeah, take
you
the
have
fight.
Darren.
Yeah, I completely
There we
agree.
go.
There's the start. The Showstopper coming in, doing a lot of damage here. That Haymaker as well as the follow-up. Bob gets absolutely shredded. Sword is in the Death Realm with Chip. They want to kill the jungler, but he's going to come out. You could see them on top of those little dots, just slipping in. No, here comes the turn. It's 3 for 3 so far. DivKid charging forward, takes down Y1. Vit, the only man surviving. EVOS looking very good here.
I hate how DivKid is using his ults in team fights. Could be setting up so many more.
Oh, Vit squeaks out the kill there with the unleashed power.
Parker really wanted to die.
Yeah, Parker was kind of running in, arms spread. Take me! Yeah.
Yeah, so DivKid was playing is very safe, which is okay, I guess, but you could also use your feathers to zone and create spaces in the team fight where the enemy can't enter. And he's not utilizing his feathers aggressively.
We're going to get round 3.
Defensive.
I'm going to put that out there. We're going to get round 3.
I mean,
DivKid is starting the Drake up.
They need to play with.
Vit and Bob are the ones here. DivKid could potentially... Oh, yes, and there it is, secured. Again. For EVOS, they managed to deny the soul.
Yeah. So for Mountain Drake, Dream is still alive.
Definitely is.
But very far away. Very far away.
It's only 5 minutes.
I mean, for EVOS.
Oh, right, yes, for EVOS. Yeah, that's about 20 minutes away. But still very much possible.
So we have double stone plates for EVOS. They have a super strong front line right now. They need to be careful not to get caught by the engage from Gragasio. So
I hate this.
I know that you hate it.
But like
the 2 items you hate most on top of each other.
No, Titanic's good, just not first. Second. Okay. Look, I might be biased.
Titanic it is.
Yeah, Trinity Titanic is fine. I don't necessarily think you have. I think Trinity Sterix is better, but Trinity Titanic is fine. Look, maybe I'm biased. Can you explain why you'd go Titanic into Black Cleaver here? It just doesn't seem very...
into Black Cleaver?
Yeah, it just doesn't seem very good to me. You're losing the 1v1 super hard against Chip. And it's not going to help. Like, I'd go Sterix. I'd go Sterix instead of Black Cleaver, why not go Sterix? Then at least you can be a bigger threat, or even as a stone plate. Because then at least you can be a big boy in team fights.
You want the CDR though, right? You want a CDR item, so that might be the reason, because Black Cleaver, yeah, for the CDR purely, so he gets to 20% at least.
But then why not go Triforce? Why not go Triforce first then? If that's what you want.
You want the Triforce.
Yeah, it's like
I think
I'm trying to put.
He's behind.
Yeah, but he wasn't behind early. He was ahead. Got off to a really good start. Chip got absolutely put into the dirt early, and then set builds.
So the problem with the Triforce build in this game, especially, is he built the Tiamat early on, right? So he wanted the Tiamat for the matchup. As he said, it's quite helpful in the matchup. And then he fell behind after building the Tiamat. So going for the Triforce at that point will take a long time. So you're too scared to fight without a completed item. So you just went straight into Titanic Hydra just to have one item completed. I think that's potentially why he went this weird build.
I think you might be right on that was his thinking. Yeah. My question is that correct?
Pro is a lot about item times, right?
True.
And item completion. I think that's also one of the big reasons we don't actually see Trinity too much in pro games for set, especially if the game is a very fight heavy early on, because players are too scared of not having a strong item completed, and Black Cleaver is cheaper than Trinity. Also, the components for Black Cleaver give you a little bit more in terms of teamfight prowess compared to the Trinity most of the time. So
yeah, see, the item I would have really liked being built here instead of this Black Cleaver is Gargoyles. I think Stoneplate would have been an excellent, a third Stoneplate. I know that seems ridiculous, but it doesn't really cut Set's damage because he still does so much true damage with the Haymaker. And all they really need to do is make room for a 7... Like, Xayah is massive this game. You have 3 Stoneplate frontline in front of Div Kid. That can carry fights. I would have loved that. Oh, and he's just picked it up as well, so... Makes me look smart.
Yeah. I mean...
I didn't even notice
You are definitely... crying is a strong word, but you're complaining a lot about that build this game. But please,
move on.
This Div Kid build... My God, is it bad? It's so unbelievably bad.
This isn't great. This is not good at all. I mean, the QSS Chip is dying somewhere. Oh yeah, he's killing Hero actually. The Obliterate should come in, and there's the Haymaker for the potential turn, but no. Nope. Chip takes that one fairly easily. Yep, it's Maud. I don't think that 1v1 doesn't get better at all, especially with this build.
For Parker. That's surprising. Parker could have TP'd there to turn the fight.
It was Death Realm.
There's no TP of it.
It was in the Death Realm, so I'm not sure.
Not the whole time, right? Not the whole time.
Maybe the call was made that he didn't think he'd survive until the end of the Death Realm, and then was surprised that he did. Here's the TP for Chip coming to join his team at Baron. Parquet, you need to answer, man, as there were actually missing pings going onto him as he was spotted. He is here, though. Can potentially get a big shockwave in the pit, but we could also see if McGregor 50-50, and a soul in there by Sorn! Takes it away, VGA does not get the Baron into a huge shockwave as well! It's all gone a little bit wrong as the Rage Cage is used, and the Yasuo ult comes out to get something done.
Trying to deal damage,
THT is getting over the back wall, Parquet finds him for the triple kill. Oh my God, EVOS has evolved, and oh my God, Hero's already here in the mid lane, making sure they can get an inhib. Oh no, VGA, you had the world in your hands, and then it turned to sand and crumbled away.
Yeah, I think this is the deciding fight of the game. Great steal from...
This could potentially be game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is game.
A straight up game. Yeah, PHT's timer is too long.
Yep, I think this is game. And EVOS swings and roundabouts in this game. They will go for the last ditch team fight. B's pretty low. He goes down instantly, but should be easy auto attacks on the Nexus, and it is. EVOS.
Yep. There we go.
Managing to stabilize. They had a great early game. Then they stumbled a little bit in the mid game, but in the end, they are just fine.
I'm so scared of the official MVP. If they give it to Divkid, I'm going to...
They are. You know they're going to.
No. Saw the Baron.
True.
I think they'll always give it to the Baron Stealer.
I mean, to be fair, I think Sawn's a strong candidate.
Yeah, Sawn is Sawn is 3 MVPs for this one game.
Sawn absolutely popping
hard he carried.
I think you have to ban Sawn's J4. He's looked so good on it every time he's gotten it. It's pretty ridiculous.
He was 5-0 and 8
ridiculous.
In the mid game.
And he was going tank as well.
Yeah.
So I think we lock Sawn straight up. Don't need to discuss
Absolutely.
it. Sawn for MVP. Bang. What I say, though, we will obviously talk a little bit more about the next game before the next game. But before we go to a break, VGA can definitely come back.
Yeah, VGA can win games against EVOS.
Yeah.
I think we saw that. EVOS looked shaky in the mid game. Very, very shaky. Their early game, incredible. They played the early game as if they were GUM. Yep. They were 3k gold ahead at 6 minutes. That is unheard of.
That's pretty ridiculous.
So absurd.
That is, that's some domination, to say the least.
The Gragas Yasuo looked super good. CHP, not
PhD.
These two names.
PhD.
I hate it.
It's
PhD, of course.
Yeah, that's why we're sticking to Chip, because then it's not CHP and PhD.
PhD and Y1 together looked like the shine for their team. I liked the Syndra performance actually a lot as well. Yep. Even though she fell behind, she was still impactful, even more impactful than Divkid, who had twice the gold, it felt like.
Yeah, absolutely. Very game of sort of weird builds and weird plays, but in the end, EVOS does come out on top.
It's super weird to see EVOS win this game, because if you look at all the lane matches, top lane, who did better? Chip. Mid lane, PHT. Yep. Bot lane, probably Vit as well, right?
I didn't see too many big Syndra plays either, perfectly honest.
I mean, yeah, but he wasn't Divkid.
Like, look, man, I know the build was bad, but come on.
Holy shit.
Don't
His
kill
play
the man.
was bad as well.
Don't kill the man. He got a good KDA. Leave him alone.
He had his best celebrity impression this game.
He did. That's an accurate way to put it. But we're gonna go to break here, so Yulwei can maybe go hit a punching bag or something.
How long?
Huh? Pardon?
They say it's 5 minutes, but who knows?
Yeah.
It's VCS, so
It's
probably in 5, 6, 7 minutes.
Around about that. Let's say 5 minutes, but who knows? We've got stuff to talk about, so we can always come back a little early. We'll see you guys in 5, 6 minutes when we have another game to bring for you. But EVOS off to a strong start in this series. See you guys in just a little bit. Hello, hello, hello. We are back here for Game 2 of Adonis taking on EVOS after an interesting Game 1. Let's put it that way. I'm sure there's a lot to say.
The Sawn Show. 5-1-15. 20 KDA. 100% kill participation.
100% kill participation. In that was a bloody game. He had the most
control wards in the game, and he's still the Baron. This was purely Sawn. EVOS has to bow to him after this game.
Yeah.
Every laner inted, and Sawn won the game.
I mean, Sawn's a damn good jungler. Let's be totally real.
Yes.
And
he like the second best jungler right now in this.
Yeah, I mean, funnily enough, I'd almost say
even the best.
I would almost say his impact is higher than Levi's. I know that sounds sinful, but Garm hasn't been relying on Levi. Sawn has been pulling EVOS over the line when they've gotten there. So
I'd agree. Yeah, maybe not the best, but the most impactful. That's a good way to phrase it. Because it's very hard to call Levi out when he still plays on a team that wins in 25 minutes every game.
Yeah, exactly. Right? So it's not like Levi's playing badly. He's playing really, really well.
And they stomped EVOS yesterday. So
but you could almost say that Gum could play without Levi just because they could just win 4v5. And that's not a reflection on Levi. It is just the state of Gum. But coming into this game, I mean, I think Adonis, they don't have to change anything up super significant. I don't think the Syndra bot lane really worked out. It wasn't great.
The early game was a catastrophe in every lane.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if they stabilize
early game and you win this game. Like, seriously, without the 3k gold deficit at 6 minutes, they would have stomped this game. They were so much better in mid-game fights.
Absolutely true. But yeah, do you think any picks in particular? I actually would like to see from EVOS, despite winning the game. I think you banned that Yasuo or the Gragas.
Yeah.
You don't want to go into that combo again. That looked really good.
Well executed Gragro. Possibly one of the strongest Gragros we have ever seen lose again.
Yeah, very, very accurate, I think.
Yeah, great execution for both players. Y1 also surprisingly. Y1 is a little bit under the radar, I think, for Adonis, but he's very solid. Very solid jungler, showed a strong Gragas performance. So, yeah, the bot lane needs to step up a little bit more for Adonis. I think, as you rightfully pointed out, the Syndra fell behind a little too far. I think she was still effective, but she couldn't carry.
Something I wouldn't mind doing, a little bit off topic, but we are just waiting for Champion Select. Is it maybe in a week or so, we should look at all of Adonis' games and kind of do a bit of a deep dive on each of their players, because obviously we need to get to know these players. They're mostly all rookies. And yeah, I mean, I think we've seriously been caught out. If you look at how, definitely me, and a few other people spoke about Adonis before this season started, yeah, we weren't too positive, but we are headed into Champion Select here. So
Chip once again for game 2, even though they lost. So this time Django not coming in after loss. Yeah. Interesting. I think Chip had a good game on the Mordekaiser, so why not? While Hero struggled a lot on the top lane set. Will we see another set?
I don't think it looked good, so
nope.
I don't think Hero should be playing it. Chip could bring it out. It is still a very strong pick. It just went... And he got everything he could have wanted from an early game and still lost. We won the game. Look at this
band strategy from Violet, though. Evo's going with 2 AC bands on blue side.
Yeah, that is interesting. They could... I mean, the thing is, though, is they know that the AD carry they're going to pick isn't contested because they're just going to pick Xayah. They're just going to pick Xayah every
They could
time.
actually go Senna first pick here.
I don't like the fact that they've left Gragas and
LEC thing
Yasuo
to do.
open. I think they almost have to first pick Gragas if it's open.
Yep,
I don't think
good
you can
call
give.
as well.
I don't
Swan,
think
a
you can
very
give
good
that
Gragas
Gragas
player. They might just first pick the J4 actually. If they're that confident in Swan, which after what he showed so far on J4, they can definitely be.
Yep, absolutely.
I would still prefer the Gragas first pick. I think Swan can have the same impact on Gragas, and you deny the Gragas Yasuo. No.
Oh, they're just going to run the set back. Apparently, they don't think that was an issue. I don't like that at all. I think Chip should snap pick Mordekaiser. Doesn't have to pick it now, of course. MF Braum would be a good rotation here.
Oh, Senna Gragas. I'd like Senna Gragas.
Are they going to try and take away... Okay, Div Kid, what else have you got, mate? Don't go back...
Then.
Yeah, you should be picking Braum. I'd like to see Gragas as well. I think locking up the Gragas is
would
good.
Be nice as well, yeah.
Because they're not going to pick Yasuo on his own, and you could still secure
I'd
it.
actually say Gragas would be the strongest champ here to pick. Because if they pick away the Braum, even if they pick MF, you can still go with Rakan.
Okay. PhD has shown the rise a few times, and it's looked pretty good. But
this is a red side first rotation we've seen way too often in VCS.
It just doesn't feel necessary.
Man, we are on 10.2, not 9.17 or something. Please, come on.
Yeah.
And now you gave over two of the strongest champs on the patch. Actually, 3 of the strongest champs of the patch over to EVS.
Yeah.
Not a great start. They need to pick Mordekaiser now if they want the matchup again, because it will get banned out if they don't. So.
Yep, and it is the Thorn Jarvan coming in again. They get the Lovers Lane in the bot. That's not terrible. I can see you shaking your head in absolute disbelief. Definitely not happy for Yulwei. What would you have preferred? Picking the Braum, I assume?
Mordekaiser.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's going to get banned out.
Yeah.
There's
no need to go Lovers Duo. I don't think Lovers Duo is necessary. Xayah is strong on her own. She's not reliant on...
Rakan's pretty ridiculous in the Lovers Duo, though. It's definitely more a buff for Rakan.
That is true. It's more of a buff for Rakan.
There is another pick that beats Set. There is another one. A certain goat.
Don't get me hyped up too much.
I'm just saying,
maybe they... great end to the stream, actually. Okay, if they pick Soraka, we'd have another game.
But it is support beds coming in from Adonis. That makes sense. Pinch that pool out. They get rid of the engaged supports. Will push B. Not really sure where you go. It could just go Braum. He's still up.
So in LEC, you would actually ban Soraka bot for EVOS. But I don't think you do it in VCS. Nope, you go for Rek'Sai. Okay, that makes sense. Gragas is still open. This is a free Gragas pick.
Yeah,
they have to be a little bit careful about triple AP topside, though.
You know what that one does? That is a VCS classic to the point where we have an emote about it. Very angry times if that's picked, but they're just going to go the Gangplank. Again, decent pick into set. It works. Not going to really smash
scaling on the red side.
It absolutely does. It's scaling. It's dangerous.
And to be fair, the scaling on EVOS is not too bad either.
Exactly.
This is an intriguing draft. I'd like to see Senna. Is Senna still open? Senna is still open. Could actually go Senna Braum here, or Senna. Senna, nice. Good to see them being aware of the Senna.
Yep.
See.
And they're going to pick the Braum as well. Yep. Braum was one of the only sort of quote unquote.
I should definitely start betting on drafts and not on. You're
doing much better.
To predict anything.
Yeah, you're doing much better at predicting drafts than you are at predicting winners.
Oh god.
And we do just need a jungler here. Y1 that could be going to the Olaf. That's self-countering. I don't like that.
I don't like the Olaf. No.
Olaf is very bad here.
Gragas. Nah. Oh, man, why? Why Olaf? He has no lane to gank. Wow. This is such a bad last pick. My God.
He has, I mean, he's also, I said it before, this is a self-counter. Jarvan is a traditional Olaf
Yeah,
counter
it's into Jarvan, it's into Cassiopeia as well.
because you put him in the baby
Whoa,
cage.
man.
I don't like this at all. And it doesn't fit the scaling. Quite the opposite.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's actually not too uncommon to pick early game scaling
True.
jungler for scaling laners. You want to kind of have a little bit of pressure in the all your lane scale. That said, though, this Olaf doesn't even fit the team composition. Like the Rek'Sai would be a good choice here. Obviously, it was banned, but just as an example, Rek'Sai would at least provide a little bit of.
What would you have gone here?
Gragas was open. I don't see a reason not to pick Gragas.
Yeah, I don't.
He gives a lot of team fighting power. He's better at ganking, especially for the Ryze.
Yep, I think Gragas would have been good. They didn't have the damage profile issue with Gangplank. Yeah, I think Gragas would have been a fantastic pick. I mean, slight problem because the party barrel can get stopped by Brawn, but not enough of a problem not to pick the jungler.
I mean, Olaf's by Brawn as well.
Overall, other than that Olaf pick, though, I do like Adonis's comp. I think it looks pretty good.
It's a strong composition, but it's not a Season 10 composition. This is a very strong Worlds draft or something, like without the Olaf. This could just be straight up G2 playing this composition at Worlds.
Yep.
But is it a good 2020 composition? Not too sure. I think the other composition looks a little stronger. Very good engage tools. Once again, the set. Hero didn't look too great in the first game. Set has a little bit of a struggle going on for him in this game. There are 2 targets he can't grab.
Yep, that's not
super
great.
Annoying to deal with.
That's very, very true. Also worth commenting, 1 extra teleport for VGA. Vit is running the TP down in the bot lane.
That's interesting.
Double combat summoners
no heal.
For EVOS. Yeah, no heal at all. Pretty risky.
B has exhaust, and I think exhaust can be very clutch in this game. If you exhaust PhD in the crucial team fight, Parker might be able to outdamage him. Same goes for Y1. Y1 gets to a good start and runs straight at your ADC Divkit, who doesn't have an escape tool. Just exhaust him, and Divkit can actually win against him.
Yep. Also,
one last comment about EVOS's composition for now. This is my favorite 2 backline setup, 2 carry setup. It's Cassiopeia and Senna. I think the strongest combination for Senna, the strongest DPS mage and Senna together. I love the setup. I really like EVOS' composition, I have to say.
Yeah, I think that makes... I really like EVOS' comp just in general, particularly any composition that involves Thorn on J4 is looking pretty tasty to me. And another level 1 trade from a Gangplank onto a Set. It's a bad idea in a lot of ways, because not only does Set normally win the trade, he has better regen. Because of his passive.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just not good to trade onto Set unless you're going to kill him. Because he just gets so much regen. Ooh, a little bit of an engage here. Bob finds the knock-up into a little bit of auto-attack. Not a huge amount,
W start for Vid. That is interesting.
I think it makes sense when you're in the Lover's Lane. Because it gives Rakan the buff as well.
That's true. Gives Rakan the buff. Still, usually we see Q start just to poke a little. And get more wave clear, so a little bit interesting.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, I don't think it matters very much in this lane. I don't think either of them are going to be killing each other.
Small little thing to think about, especially for bot lane mains, just to see the adaptation.
Dawn has stolen away a red buff here. He's gone red buff. He's gone red buff to red buff and has not been spotted. So he's going to confirm the 3 buff.
No mana for him, so he usually needs that blue buff
he does
to get going in the jungle.
But he will get it at least. Very well done, I think. Push going in favour of the Lover's Lane. Absolutely no surprise there.
No surprise.
That's 100% how this works. Ooh, the Facebreaker does land onto Chip, and he takes the true damage. Really got to juke that one.
That is so annoying for a hero. He wanted to deny the cannon there with the trade, but the cannon just straight up trolled him and went past all the minions, attacked the Gangplank. Gangplank stood there like, oh, thank you, 60 gold.
But at least it is perhaps an unfavourable recall for Chip. Hero going back as well. I'm not 100% sure he had to. If he can walk to lane, then it's a significant advantage, and I think he can.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll walk to lane, get a teleport advantage. Potentially very good if EVOS wants to go for first dragon, which I don't see why they wouldn't when you have a TP advantage. So,
yeah, was it the last game where we saw the big TP play?
Yep.
Game before. Yeah, the last game, right? So same setup for EVOS. They can just look for another big bot lane play. This time, VGA should be aware of this potential, though. Hopefully, the communication has cleared up a little. And Son tries to go for more in waits. Nope, that is cleared.
That it is. He is unspotted, though. Could potentially go for a gank up onto Chip here. It was a strategy that worked last game. Facebreaker lands into the EQ, which does not hit.
Oh,
the Haymaker coming out, though. A lot of damage. He's super low. They could potentially try and fast push this and re-dive. But no, they won't. I think...
He still has a flash, though. Yeah, it's a little too risky.
They want to force him out of lane. That's what they want. They just want to force him out of lane. Because he doesn't have TP. It would be a huge boon for Hero.
Absolutely.
I don't know if
but I also
think,
up here. On your dive point. Okay.
Yeah.
Channeling is in a run OP. Level 3 roam.
Going for a wander.
Interesting.
Having a look around the map. Fit is okay without his husband for a little while.
Yeah.
Yep. He's
for a little while. He needs to be careful though. He's pushed in now.
Yeah.
They could go for the dive, as we said before. The TP PH might lead to something here.
Potentially. Parquet did TP back to lane there, but nope, they're not going to go for anything. It is just... Eob went for a wander. He's back. He's a little bit behind in XP now.
Yeah. It's not actually too bad to give extra experience to your ADC. Can be risky. If the enemy lane hits level 6 together and you hit level 6 to level 5, you might be in a little bit of trouble, but it's a Senna Braum lane. Even if they hit 6, nothing's going to happen. So, like this play. Also, it's a very good play because of Vid Summoner's choice. So even if Vid trades heavily in this 1v2 situation and has to go back, he still has his TP.
Yep.
So
get that free
just
recall.
A very solid roam from B-Up. Didn't actually do anything with the roam, but the attempt was good.
Yeah. I mean, he walked around, made sure Chip was okay. I like the awareness, even if it didn't actually amount to anything. And it was first Drake being secured with no fight. No real reason to fight over an Infernal Drake. It's like 3 AD.
Over any Drake. What did you say? Yeah,
you make a strong point, but it's the VCS. They'll fight over anything. They'll fight over minions. It doesn't matter. Y1 is up here in the top lane. I'd like to see... Oh, bad angle on the ult. Oh, but good flash there to get the true damage across. Could potentially get the face breaker under tower, but turret aggro went onto Y1 there. Could have potentially killed Chip if it had gone the right way.
Fancy flash though.
Yeah, nice, it was a very nice flash. It was that
still
was
has his TP as well, so it can just TP back to lane.
Yep,
that was in an advantageous position.
That was some good set mechanics. I mean, it wasn't his fault that he couldn't get a good angle on the ult. He just never had the opportunity. It's super short range, so yeah, it's fine. TP's back. Yeah, first gank from Y1 doesn't really do much. Gets a flash, but he's okay.
Yeah,
still has an advantage in the lane. Going straight for those boots again. I don't like it. Tabby, straight up.
I agree. It's not the greatest of choices.
I think it's just down to recall timing. Because if you've got 1100 probably instead of 1250 for a phage.
He might also be very scared of the regank and wants a little bit more movement speed. So, understandable, but not great. Let's leave it at that. Mid lane, nothing has happened.
Yeah, it's just a farm fest.
Not a very interesting matchup. Usually you say you kind of a counter into Ryze, but not like Ryze can't play the lane.
Absolutely. Speaking of the regank, here it is. There is no power bomb to get him out this time. He's just used the face breaker. There'll be no barrel combo to slow him down.
He saw him coming though.
Yeah, he just walks away.
Easy. Good awareness from TH. Nicely done. Good ward as well. Already looking more solid than in the last, say. learned a little bit of from his mistakes. Also, this time he doesn't have a 5-0 jungler,
out
so
here.
he actually needs to do something.
Does need to get away. B slows down Bob, but the W comes in anyway. The Cassio ult was absolutely terrible, but it doesn't matter because Jarvan flying back in. PHT now in a lot of trouble. The exhaust is used. The center ult comes in doing so much damage and hit everyone. And this is EVOS being EVOS. The exact same start, and it's a triple kill for Parquet.
That such feels bad, man. And 4-0 at 8 minutes. We're already almost on pace for the last game. A little bit later this time, but it's 4-0 now for EVOS. A great start for Parquet especially. And Parquet has shown us a little bit of Cassio before, if I remember correctly. Yeah, one game, and won that one game as well. So it's very solid. Yeah, very ill-advised fight once again into Cassio here, also with the support disadvantage. Bob still level 5, B already level 6.
Didn't even use the ult though. Didn't actually matter.
And B also very strong early support, right? With the concussive blows. Easy to apply to anyone. Even though Cassio actually does not want to do any auto attacks in the fight, still able to get all the stuns and all the kills.
Yeah, absolutely. Parquet played this one really well, as did Sorn.
So, look at the position for Bob. What is he trying to accomplish here? He's going for the kill on Sorn, but the flash away, and now Bob is in a super bad position. He's just dead instantly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Secured from Sorn. I'm not sure if I agree with
this center ult was so clutch, by the way.
Center ult super great to turn the fight.
Like, I think center ult was the MVP.
Chip so Chip held back a little bit too much, and then he went for the play. Everything he did was kind of the wrong decision. Very unfortunate there.
Yeah, a little bit. I actually think that fight could have gone the other way if not for the center ult. Center ult is
I think
so
Center actually turned it,
especially,
I mean, it did damage and shielded
everyone.
So it's
if it had
double
only done
value.
Yeah, it's almost like it should only do one of those things.
Yeah.
Or something. But
I agree.
I know you do.
The only sad part for DivKid is he didn't get any souls from that fight.
No, he didn't. Unfortunately, he was a little bit too far away to pick those up. We do still have a Rift Herald in the hands of Sorn, and it's the Cloud Drake spawning in 5 seconds. EVOS has full control. So find this control ward in the Pixel Brush, which they do. Sorn having a little bit of a dance on top of it. EVOS very far ahead here. This is going to be very hard for VGA to contest. I actually just don't think they should.
Sadly, we don't have a stats team to ping in the game, because I would really like to, if the Cloud Drake actually changes something between the J4 and Olaf matchup. Could imagine the Cloud Drake.
Oh, but down there, EVOS just loses their AD carry. How did this start? They just got destroyed, and this is going to be the dragon. Potentially a tower. As I don't know if that TP from Chip was good. We do have PHT TPing top to stop Hero getting anything done. We need a replay there, because how did that start?
We really need to replay. Who found... probably... No, Bob didn't even use this ult, so it was not a Bob. Confused. I'm very... Divka didn't even flash away.
Oh,
so
he was... I think he was queuing a soul and just got jumped on. That's a huge mistake.
Yeah. That's just straight up the Blade Caller from Zaya. Nothing else happened there.
That was really quite bad. It is going to be traded for first tower up in the top lane. Shelly summoned up.
It's not Divkid's day today.
No, it's definitely not. But he is still on this center. He has 3 assists, so it's definitely not lights out for him. And EVOS still does have a little bit of a gold lead. Certainly not as big as it should be, based on early performance. Oh, wow. Y1. Y1 really struggling with the chickens there. Oh, wow. Ended up getting
turn around, didn't they?
He ended up getting 2 small chickens there. Good job, mate. Not the best. Not the best. Dawn still at 100% kill participation, just by the way.
Yeah. So Sorn's ult is hard counter to Y1s, right? So I wanted to know if the Cloud's Dragon could actually change something in the matchup, as we have, by the way, another Mountain Drake, the Mountain Rift as well. That's
might
a
see
lot
it
of
actually
mountain
captured.
today.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is still the VCS. We know
VCS
how much
Drake, yeah.
VCS
Of course.
Drake for a reason. It's a little bit different this year, but still, the VCS hasn't got the memo that we want more ocean. Oh well.
And we had a lot of oceans today as well.
It's true.
I want a Cloud Soul.
Yeah,
We have actually not had a Cloud Soul in a long time.
True. I want an Elder Dragon. Are we ever going to see one in the VCS? Who knows?
Who knows?
Hero and Bob have a little bit of a meeting.
No, we had one
in the
today in the first game, though. I think so. No, that was the sixth dragon game.
Yeah, it was the sixth dragon game in the end. No one got soul in that one.
No. We'll never get a dragon, an Elder Dragon. Unless Gum throws a game for 10 minutes and then decides to still win the game and get the Elder Dragon.
I love how that's actually a
most
thing.
Likely.
That's actually a thing that can happen, and it totally could. Down in the bot lane here, they are going forward, trying to get some tower plates. In comes the Cannon Barrage, as they kind of want to turn this around, or at least force them off. But Chip is caught up in the W. The Spooky Ghosts are out. The Bob is coming. Has the ult and will get the charm down. And the knock up. There's the Rage Cage into the center ult. They can't. They are going to turn this as the power bomb comes in. And oh no, it's all gone a little bit wrong. The flash forward from Thorn is good.
No,
and it turns for EVOS once again. Adonis,
yeah, the ball's on the other side of the table again. We're still playing ping pong here, so it's EVOS' turn to collect some kills. Now it's their turn to shoot back on the other side of the table, and VGA will collect a few more kills.
That they will. Should be able to get this tower as well. The platings are gone, so it's very squishy. Chip, you need to be a bit careful here, mate. A little bit far forward. I don't think they'll go forward onto him, though. He should be able to just catch this wave. But EVOS definitely in a commanding position. You spotted something you don't like?
No. I was scared for Sawn there. I thought he would lose patience for the ground.
Well, he didn't, thank God.
The burn damage.
Speaking of Thorn, I'm pretty sure even with these new kills, he's still at 100% kill participation for both games. Absolutely absurd. Oh, PhD trying to steal the scuttle there from Parquet. Scumbag move. Didn't end up doing it, though. That would be a bit of a...
Not too easy against Cassiopeia.
Yeah, it's true. But it is...
So we're back to 3k gold lead. One dragon each. Next one will spawn in 40 seconds. There's absolutely no need to fight for this one for EJ, so please don't. Just let it go over to EVOS.
Fight for it. Whoever has vision priority should just take.
I mean, EVOS can fight for it because they're way stronger right now. So they'll pick any fight they can get. So, yeah.
That is a good point.
They'll not fight for the dragon. They'll just fight for the fight, which is fair. And in their position, that's actually a good call. That's not a bad play.
Does make some sense. But down here in the bot lane, it is Hero getting dove here. He does not have the power bomb. Goes into the Haymaker and actually does get the kill here. Chip's in a lot of trouble. Will end up getting the kill, but goes down. Double kill for Hero.
Oh, that was a Hero move.
Yeah.
Please rename.
Please go back to your own name. It's such a better name.
That was actually a very good display of set there.
Yeah, finally. We get some good set play.
Indeed, yeah. He struggled in the last game, but he seems to have the practice set because he dodged the engage. First, he positioned in a very good way. We'll probably see a replay there from this highlight play. But yeah, first he repositioned, taking Rakan with him. Then he dodged the Rakan ult charm.
Ooh, here comes the Cannon Barrage. That's such a weird little realm warp. What is that for? As B now does get does firewood. PHT going down. There's the center ult, will not quite hit. But in the back, Parquet's TP'd in, doing so much damage. Must have been a TP. Y1 in a lot of trouble. He'll go down, and it looks like EVOS have taken full control here.
He just roamed there. His TP is on cooldown.
Oh wow, he literally just walked in. Okay.
Nice. Good positioning. So, as we said before, EVOS wants to take fights, and very successfully do so. Now 6k gold lead and a free dragon.
Yep.
And look at the build for Hero. He is redeeming himself.
My boy! Game. My boy! He's picked up the Triforce. I'm so happy. And look how effective he's been. Got a double kill under tower when dove by 3. It's so good. Look, just keep proving me right, hero, please. I need some legitimacy to. But yeah, it looks
Why
like the
don't we
wheels.
get a replay on bot lane dive? That was such a highlight play. Come
Yeah,
on.
I'd really like to see that. Might have to do our own little replay at the end of the game if we have to. But
also very sad for Thorn because those were the only kills he had no participation in.
The stat is ruined. Thorn is a terrible jungler.
9 out of 11, so 2 kills without him.
9 out of 11, you say? Twitch chat, don't do it. Don't do it, man. But yeah, it looks like the wheels have kind of fallen off the Adonis wagon here. EVOS in full control. Hard to imagine much of a fight back when they are 7k gold down at 18 minutes. This is a bit of a disaster. This Olaf pick, we looked at it, said it was a bit weird, and it's played a bit weird.
Just as much as a disaster as Park is. Shout out to LS.
Oh my word. Yep, this is a Morello Nomicon that did not need to come in, and here is Chip getting just ruined.
Chip getting chipped.
Yeah, chipped away, to say the least. He is yeah, what is there to say?
Usually a very slow process, right? That was not slow. Man.
Yeah.
Thorn.
And Thorn uses the Rage Cage. Shockingly enough, Ragnarok does not allow you to run through it.
That poor Olaf.
Yeah, just like, man. Oh, wait, but I'm meant to be unCCable. Why aren't I running? Help!
So, coach for VGA, please explain last pick's Olaf again.
Yep, would love to hear about it. Maybe we can get an interview or something. Oh, PHT actually wins that duel.
Wow, what?
Wow, EQ.
Oh, the DBM, nice.
Oh, he does. And then, Parquet a little bit caught out here. The Cannon Barrage is coming in as well, and he does go down. Rakan getting that shutdown, unfortunately. I don't think they're going to be able to get anything more, as the Glacial Fissure did slow them all down. But 2 kills back for VGA, potentially the start of the comeback, but they've got a big mountain to climb still.
Yeah. Absolutely do. And the
Where
kill
does
also,
it start?
as you rightfully pointed out, went over to Rakan. So 1,000 gold on the scoreboard, actually very badly placed. Rakan didn't need to get that gold. Vid would have really liked that one to finish his IE.
Yeah, he very much would have. And they are going to get this mid lane tower as well. So, never mind. I won't ask that question. As Saunas dove forward, DivKid murders Vit. Absolutely no chance. Barely even broke the lull state. Killed him.
Thank you.
Are you happy with DivKid's build so far? I think that's going to be a rapid fire cannon, which I know will upset you.
Rapid fire cannon again.
It's just not necessary. It's not going to matter this game, but it's not necessary. And here they are just going straight for Baron. This will go down very, very quickly with Cassiopeia, especially one this far ahead. VGA don't even know.
No blue buff, though, so they have to take it on the first go. Cassiopeia without can't really.
Oh, they're not looking like they're going to. Hero and B very far away, zoning the jungler.
Flash available for Y1. He could flash into the pit.
He's too far away. He's just getting getting locked up, and that is going to be Baron for EVOS. And looking at this top fight on the top side, Y1 does manage to get away. VGA looking for the engage there, looking to get something on the flank, but has to flash to not bind Vit up. There's the Zyra ult. PHT is already down. Oh dear.
Yeah, the fight between Cassio and Zyra is a very fair one. They almost have the...
Thorn is getting around on the flank, does not have the Cataclysm, but should be able to do a lot of work regardless. VGA getting cleaned up here. VGA.
He flashed away. At least he doesn't have to die for the sins of his. But Chip gets re-engaged on. Parquet just farming minions because Chip is not that much of an objective anymore for EVOS. They just want to take the base. Want to have an early night. 2-0 for EVOS looking very likely.
Yeah, this is one of the earliest nights we're going to get. Only 20 past 1 for me. Wow. Get a good night's sleep.
Don't jinx it. Don't
jinx it. We could still get an hour-long game. This is the VCS. PHT teleporting very deep. Hey, look, I've been adjusting my sleep schedule just for the VCS. But
big thanks
Wish I was in the EU, but wish I could stay up to watch LEC. Late, as a dragon is spawning here. VGA do potentially want to take it to deny Soul Point. I don't think EVOS is going to let them. Hero coming in, does have the power bomb. Could throw anyone 19 feet off Hell in a Cell through the announcer's table.
19, not 16? Wait.
Isn't it 19? I don't remember.
16.
I don't remember the exact copy pasta. It doesn't matter. The center ult comes through doing so much damage. There is that power bomb. And as we saw, it did just do the base damage because Olaf was already dead before he landed. You need to press Blade Caller. You need to press Blade Caller, Vit. And he doesn't. And down he goes. PHT, just stealing a blue buff. All right. All right, mate.
He's trying to get to his power spike, okay? He's trying to get to level 16.
All right.
It's where he can carry.
He's still not being. He's trying to cut the minion wave, which actually does make a bit of sense.
Bad play. Yeah.
Oh, look at the BM. Thorn having a bit of a wiggle. I'm disappointed Hero's not the one BMing. Set has the best BM in the game.
Really? Better than Kiana?
Yeah. Oh, no, it's not better than the dab. That's true. I more mean the BM with the spam animation. But Thorn could be in some trouble here. He's just not taking damage, though. Just walking away. He's going to have the EQ. He just throws the E. He doesn't even Q. He does finally go down, but it takes so much time that they get onto the inhib. Oh, no.
Rice is still in mid lane, by the way. Still not level 16 either.
HT. I mean, he's just given up. He's just...
There's a little bit of a fun series here.
It's a bit of for fun. I mean, EVOS probably needs it for the mental reset after what Gum did to them yesterday. Hero going in. He's going to look for another power bomb. Who's he going to get onto? The dragon is secured. That Haymaker doing so much damage there.
Haymaker.
He's getting healed up by Senna. Very nice.
Frontlining.
There is a Hero right in the back. It does potentially want to go for the recall, but could just stand there, let his regen tick. Parquet will be coming out of that stopwatch. Goes down immediately. This could be a fight for VGA, but there's the power bomb straight into the back line. Look at all the damage Hero is doing. Should be a pretty easy triple kill. Could go for the quadra as well.
Oh, no, right. Come on.
Oh, no. This could be the very easy quadra kill for Set. We love it, don't we, boys?
There we go.
And it's the
potentially the worst Cassiopeia positioning since up.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It was so bad from Parker. Just straight up went to the front line and got killed. Nicely done. But yeah, Hero too strong. Also, nice dodge on the center against PHT's Rise. Could have potentially turned the fight a little bit there.
Yeah, potentially. But they are going to get the in here, but they should be able to they're actually going to push on for the game. Didn't want to do it just as a two-man with more respawning.
I mean,
that
takes forever to take turrets.
But regardless, they might lose towers anyway. Super minions beating on the doors. It's actually pretty important getting one Nexus tower. It's actually a pretty big breakpoint. Because one Nexus tower can't clear a super minion.
Also, one Nexus turret is not sufficient at defending against dives. So
yeah,
it's way harder to dive two than one Nexus turret. Someone can take one Nexus turret forever. So, forever?
Yeah, forever. Got it. And
but is it for forever or forever?
Either works.
Oh, okay.
English. Yeah, anything goes. Just say words.
It's interesting.
And Thorn charging forward there, flash Cataclysm straight onto Vit. He goes into the Xayah ult. Actually not the best target for the Cataclysm, but it doesn't matter. Taking so much damage. Senna did an absolute huge chunk. Flash forward with the Haymaker. Down he goes in the end. Parquet is dead randomly. No, I was trying to look for him there, but it doesn't matter.
1v2.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't matter. Chip, last one alive, gets power bombed, and there's the double kill for DivKid, and this will be the double kill for EVOS in games as they take this one 2-0. Absolutely dominating performance over Adonis here. 30 kills to 9. Wow.
Well,
wowee.
Didn't actually look too great today, especially in the early game. Big mistakes in the early game. EVOS showed is very strong early understanding, especially on. I think Son is potentially gay player of the week. The first 2 weeks, he's showing up. Very strong J4 performances.
Very, very strong.
Adonis, a little bit more of what we expected coming into the season, right? We thought they would probably be too bad in lane to really do anything. We have to say though, mid game looking quite strong for Adonis. So if they can maybe get a little bit better in lanes, maybe their coordination for early plays, because actually they're laning 1v1 problem, especially not in game 1. They just lost to the first few skirmishes. Just don't contest the first dragon and you'll actually come out fine in the mid game. They lost both dragon fights 0-4 or something, 0-5 even.
Wasn't great. So we have to ask the question, MVP for game 2.
That's a hard one.
I know where my vote's going. I know where my vote's going. The boy with the quadra kill. If you built a Triforce. Come on. Yulwei, give me this. Give me this one.
He doesn't really deserve it.
No, he doesn't.
The game was over.
He really doesn't. Thorn was so good.
He had a great game, though.
Yeah, Thorn was so good. It's tricky because I still think Thorn though. That Jarvan was ridiculous.
Actually still Thorn, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though he entered a little bit in the end.
He was just having fun.
To get his early game once again was incredible. Senna, shout out to Senna as well. Great Senna performance from Divkit.
Absolutely.
One really big mistake at the Dragon Pit where he gifted over 2 kills to the enemy team again, and the first dragon as well. So not MVP worthy in my opinion, but still great awareness, great ult.
Yeah, just really good overall.
Hero. Both played a great game.
I think Thorn. And you know how much I want to give it to Hero. I think Thorn. I'd lock that one in. Thorn so far is looking so good for EVOS. Like, he didn't look good against Garm, but no one looks good against Garm. Garm is just
great in the first series already as well.
Yeah.
Got robbed of MVP once for Divkit, because Divkit got the Panther, and then you kind of have to hand it over to the Panther kill.
You sort of do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Thorn had an absolute cracker of performance. VGA definitely with a pretty big stumble here. Hopefully we can see them right themselves in their next series. But EVOS bouncing back after a very embarrassing loss to Garm. Looks like they landed on their feet.
Look at this fight again. Not sure if you still have the screen out.
Not, but I can go back to it. What is the timestamp?
Have
a look.
I'm still live, so I don't actually know.
Okay.
There's no time skill in game.
Never mind.
We saw the fight, and we saw the fight. This was just the big fight in the topside jungle, where the Senna ult turned the fight, and triple kill for the Cassio came in. So yeah, that really broke the game open.
To be fair, Parquet kind of didn't really do much in the late game. He was that was some very interesting Cassio PR.
He had the very good flank in mid game.
That's true.
He threw a little in the last team fight. I think he got a little too confident. It's weird to play Cassio because you build a lot of HP, and you look at your HP bar, you think about your Zeros, you think, okay, you have 3.2k effective health. I can actually tank. But then you realize you're sitting on 40 armor or something, so you can't actually tank.
Very, very true. So, any closing words on today's series? Both of them obviously played out now.
I believe we're already 5 days into VCS. Man, time has flown by.
I mean, time flies when you're having fun, right? It's so good to be casting again. The off season was way too long. It's good to be back
it really
with you and
tomorrow we have Flash against Gum. The hype up match.
That's a big one. Can anyone play Gum close? I mean, if Gum stomps Flash, Gum doesn't need to play the rest of the split. Just give them a few months off and just give them the trophy. But
even if it's a stomp, we'll still be super entertained because it's Gum, and Gum likes to troll around. Gum likes to do fancy stuff. I'm still hoping for Kiaya as Soraka tomorrow to disrespect Yoshino.
If anyone's going to do it, it'll be Gum. So, that will be it for us, though. I have been every day. With me, as always, has been Yulwei. We've loved having you. Remember, if you've had a big win, because I know why most of you are here, if you had a big win, maybe give some of it to your favourite amateur casters. I mean us, by the way, not like another amateur caster. But yeah, we will see you guys tomorrow for the final day of week 2. Thanks for joining us, guys. Get hyped. It's a good set of series. We'll see you guys then. Thanks for coming.
Good night.